Hey there, what's happening? This is Eric and
Victoria.
and we're coming at you live from our home office in beautiful Marietta, Georgia. And for tonight's topic, we wanted to kind of just reflect on some of the things that have been happening. It's just so much in the news, a lot of tragedies, and with this latest shooting in Las Vegas, it just had us contemplate what is really the most important thing to people, because it's one thing with the hurricanes. People were concerned about their property and losing their property and their cars and all the memorabilia and all of that stuff.
A feeling of loss.
A feeling of loss.
You feel like you've been uprooted from where you're comfortable, your home, your little abode where you're used to living. Your space has been invaded.
Right, and people were concerned about losing their property. So, you saw people sticking with their homes, trying to protect their homes. And, some people, even when the flooding came, they would get on top of their homes. But the thing was protecting their property. But with this latest incident in Las Vegas, it was totally different. Because what happened was the people were basically cornered, and the shooter was shooting down at them.
There was nowhere for them to go.
And then all of a sudden, they were placed in a situation where they didn't know whether they were going to live or die. And the thoughts were totally different. People were not thinking about their property. They were not thinking about protecting their property. They were not thinking about protecting their homes or their cars. Nobody was thinking about that.
No.
Just after listening to account after account after account.
Testimony after testimony after testimony after testimony.
Everybody talked about the same thing. There were two things. Really two things. Well, three things really, because people were concerned about staying alive. That was one. And then people were thinking about their family, their loved ones.
People that weren't right there with them.
And then the other thing people were thinking about was helping people. Helping people.
I heard more accounts of people that were helping people, and then while they were there with them and holding their hand or speaking to them, they were looking on Facebook trying to get a hold of their families for them. And I'm talking about strangers, Eric. They were helping strangers out. They didn't know these people, but yet they stayed by their side and looked out for them or dragged them or helped them, or some even people put their bodies over people,
I mean, it kind of makes you think about who we are as human beings, as beings, who we are, because it's just such
people are people. I don't care what country they're from. People are people. They have the basic needs and desires.
It's such a powerful thing to observe. I mean, the difference in the type of tragedy. Hurricane, storm, people are thinking about property. But in that situation with the shooter, the thoughts were totally different. People were thinking about helping other people.
Yeah.
People were thinking about staying alive. And people were thinking about communicating in their family, protecting their family. If they had family members there, I mean, there was the one guy, he rescued 30 people. And the first thought was, okay, I got to protect my family members, right? But then he saw other people that were hurt or afraid or suffering, so he started helping those people. And it made us really think about our business, what we're doing with our business, because we put so much time and effort into our business.
We do.
We want to make sure we do the thing that's most important,
to help people.
I mean, that's the bottom line, isn't it? Isn't it helping people?
People helping people.
And it's about having time to spend, quality time to spend. With the people you care about, the people you love. And it's also about helping people. And so that's what we're focused on with our business. That's one of the reasons why we became entrepreneurs in the first place. We became entrepreneurs, in my situation, I was spending all of my time at the office. I was a corporate executive.
He was.
And, it got to the time where
it was driving me crazy.
I couldn't see, when we were getting ready to go on a vacation.
He'd work until the wee hours of the night until we got ready to get on the plane. It's like he had to just make sure everything was completely all right before he got on the plane. So by the time we got on our trips, the first day of our trip, I'd be bouncing all around, relaxed and excited. he'd be half asleep, and I'm pulling and saying, "Come on, we got a tour. We got this to do. We got this to do." But he was so exhausted. It took him almost 2 days to decompress.
That's a powerful thing. And then there was a time when we owned the brick and mortar business, and I'll never forget that. I mean, we're hanging out on the beach in Hawaii, dealing with customer issues, customer problems. The person we had working in the office, they were dealing with us with customer issues. They received the product was damaged, and I'm looking at my wife like, wow, we're on vacation. And
but
we're
that
still
person
dealing
we
with
had in the shop we love her.
Oh, absolutely.
Minister Carol, that's a story. That's a video right there. We love her.
But that's not the point.
We all love her.
That's not the point. The point is that we were doing our brick and mortar business, and we couldn't get away from it.
Yeah.
That was the point. We had gone from the corporate situation where I would take all of my work with me.
Yeah.
And then we went to a brick and mortar business where we took
all of our business on vacation with us.
We were still taking our business on vacation.
Yeah.
And then we got into network marketing, right? So when we got into network marketing, and we were doing all of the, quote, traditional methods of network marketing, the, one-on-one recruiting, the 3-foot rule, and, my approach was just to pounce on anybody that came within range and talk to them about my business. And you know what? We were on a cruise, and I was still working my business and not really enjoying myself. And I was like, oh my God. So the point is, there's got to be a better way.
There's got to be a better way. Malls, stalking people. Every time a waitress or someone comes to your table, you don't see them as a human being. You see them as, is this another one? Maybe this is another one. That's what I love about prospecting through our video marketing and Facebook and just doing it online.
We got our system on autopilot.
That's right.
Turn it on, turn it off.
Huge difference. I've actually started really you enjoy life, and you see people and you develop relationships based on who that person is, not on what they can do for your business. Hello, amen. Do I hear anybody out there saying amen to that?
Amen.
So it's very important to know that if you're network marketing traditionally or online, you still got to pick up the phone and you still got to, do the relationships, because that's what it is. People like to deal with people they love, trust, and know. But your highest quality leads are not going to come from a 3-foot rule, and I'll challenge anybody on that. They're going to come from people that you meet through Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And so
online is powerful,
and
especially if it's done right.
And so what we're talking about is quality of life, because again, in that situation where people's lives were being threatened,
that's right.
what they thought about was their life living.
Yeah.
They thought about family.
That's right. Family.
And if they had children, they were thinking about their children. The spouse, they were thinking about their spouse and that relationship, right? And then we're also thinking about helping people.
I know a guy said he wanted to live just so he could walk his daughter down the aisle. He said, my daughter is only 11 years old, but I want to live to be able to walk her down the aisle when she gets married. That's a pretty powerful statement from a father.
Very powerful.
Very powerful. Yeah.
But what about helping other people?
Helping other people.
See, before, when we were doing that 3-foot rule and we were spending all of our time aggressively trying to twist people's arms to get into our business, we didn't really have an opportunity to truly help those people, because we were
truly get to know them like you should.
And because we were doing things the traditional method, and we were using 20th century marketing. Not 21st century marketing.
It was 20th century.
We were doing things in the 20th century. So when it came to people that believed in us and joined our organization, we didn't really have time to spend with them one-on-one to get them up to speed in how to build their business, because we were using those old techniques that were dependent on a person's personality. In other words, you didn't have systems to utilize to help you to build your business.
Now, if I have a person that's an introvert, Eric, we have a system for them. Because there are people, I don't care how you make it, shape it, and I don't care how many meetings to go to. If they're an introvert, they're an introvert. So until they come out of that shell, it's going to take a little longer for that business to grow out of that shell. So now you have something, I don't care if they're afraid of their own shadow, they can work something with online.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Everybody can get something out of it and benefit.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
That's
So today, we're 21st century marketers. We believe in leveraging the latest technology so we can do things, we can help people do things that's going to allow them to spend quality time with their families and also
help people they
give
love,
them
trust.
systems
Yep.
that's going to enable them to help other people.
Yep.
And again, when it comes down to it, those are the most important things you can do while you're alive.
That is when you hear all the testimonies from Vegas, it was all about helping people.
It was about family
And helping people. That's what it was about.
and living.
After all that's been said and done and all the political crap in the news, that in the emergency brought out in the 12th hour, helping people and family. It's amazing how the most important things come out in a tragedy.
It is amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, the truth comes out.
So with that, guys, this is our message for this evening.
Yeah.
If you find value in the type of information we're providing and you'd like additional information, just type info in the comments below.
Yeah.
And with
We'll respond.
Absolutely. We'll get right back to you.
Yeah.
And so with that, this is Eric and Victoria Duncanson. Hope you're having a great evening despite all of the stuff in the news. Hey, it might be time to turn the news off for a little while. So hope you're having a great evening. If not, let's make it a great one.
And remember, excellence will always prevail, regardless of the situation.